Hey guys, and welcome to a brand new video to the channel. So this video we're going to be doing our first big quest to make some money on the account. Now in the previous episode we went through the bank, the collection log and all that kind of stuff, and I've got a cash stack or a value of the account of around 700 mil. Now in this video what we're going to be doing is targeting a boss and basically camping it. I don't know exactly how long I'm going to spend this boss, but I'll make sure to sort of mention it towards the end of the video on how long we've spent at that boss and how much GP we've made from it as well. Now, in terms of my collection logs, we looked at it last episode and it's quite pathetic. So in this episode, I'm hoping to green log my first collection boss. So we're actually going to go and target Zulrah. Now, the reason why I want to target Zulrah is because I haven't done Zulrah in a long time. I've only done 197 kills, and to be fair, 10 of those were quite recent just to go and test out the mechanics and see if I can remember it and stuff. And I've already got the pets. So yes, it's got mutagens, yes, there's the jar, but I think at the minute, Zulrah with some of its uniques, like the blowpipe's like 9 mil, the Fang is pretty decent as well. It could be a really good way to rack up quite a lot of GP while just getting used to that mechanic again. So in this video, we're going to go and hunt down Zulrah, hopefully go and do all the combat achievements and rack up a decent amount of KC and also hopefully a decent amount of GP along with it. Now to do this, I'm just going to go and prepare and buy some stuff on the Grand Exchange. Now, what I've done for my trial kills, just to see if I'm where I need to be, I have been using the Noxious Tally with Bandos. It's a little bit inaccurate for my liking, so what I've done is I've sold some items on the Grand Exchange. So I've sold the Bandos Tassets and the Bandos Chestplate, and I've also sold 2 Tormented Synapses. I have lost some money on that, but you know what? To make money, sometimes you gotta lose money, and I think the Oath Plate is going to be a massive upgrade for us. I am still waiting for the Oath Plate legs to buy, but I've also bought some Zolandra Teleports as well. Just because using the Nox Tally, I do think that the Crystal Tally and just specking and running back will be a really nice way to do it. So basically for the point of this video is how much GP can I make at Zulrah in 2026? Can we complete the collection log and can we just tie in some other things as well? Now, just because this is going to be a video based on Zulrah, it's kind of a progression sort of series. So we might tie in a little bit of AFKing, maybe a quest or two, because we do want to push to get towards Tormented Demons. Because I think that could be somewhere where we can make a lot of cash, and Tormented Demons are always a decent little monster to kill. So if you guys are enjoying the videos, please make sure to leave me a like on the video, subscribe to the channel. I'm going to be doing these kind of progression series throughout the rest of the year on the main account, while also looking in the next couple of weeks, maybe to start my hardcore Iron Man journey. I just want to get enough exposure to the mechanics again, how to play, and also as well, a lot of research is going into the lower and mid-level game because of so many things have changed. But the hardcore will eventually come at some point. But as always, I'm looking for some suggestions. I have been out of the loop with old school for a little while. In terms of like something to AFK on the side, I was thinking of doing something like Blood Runes. I think I need to go do Guardians of the Rift to go and upgrade my outfit because I think that gets you more Blood Runes. But again, anything to help me out, it's greatly appreciated. Drop in the comment section down below. And anything in terms of like future things you guys want to see. Give me an idea of what boss to go and camp next. But I'm hoping that we can have a nice decent stint at Zulrah as well. But the Oath Plate has been bought. We've had to sell some things for it, but I do think that's going to be a bit of a process. While we work our way through this and start leveling stuff up is the gear tab, as we mentioned in the first video, is very out of date, and I do need to go and like make some major upgrades for it as well. So yeah, I'll definitely do about 100 kills first as Zulrah just before I start recording clips, because at the minute it can be a bit tragic on my part. It's just getting used to the rotations again, and you do get flashbacks of when you first started Zulrah as well. However, gonna leave you guys there. Let's go and jump into some Zulrah, and I'll give you guys a bit of an update once we've done a couple of kills, and we can show you sort of like the loot tracker and stuff as well. I have reset my loot tracker from the 10 kills we did a little bit earlier, and yeah, it's really excited to go and have a go. Let's see how much GP we can make, and then I'll report back to you guys on where we're currently sat once the Oath Plate legs have bought. So that kind of worked out a little bit better. So that is the first kill since I've recorded the intro. I now have my Oath Plate top and legs. And we've just picked up a Tanzanite Fang at 189 KC. So literally the first kill count since I've gone and done that intro. And we picked up a Tanzanite Fang. Can't complain about that at all. 9 mil for a Fang is crazy. So yeah, I really can't moan about that. I have definitely been spooned. What I'm doing for my method of killing, basically, just until I get my head around the mechanics and stuff, I'm literally just going with a Halley spec, just unloading as much as possible and basically just doing the kill from there. It's okay. I'm just going to get a lot better with learning where Zulrah is again. I'm getting there already. Like, it's weird how quickly like it's come back to me on what you do with it, how you move around and all that sort of stuff. And yeah, don't pay any attention to the kill time because I am still learning. So We'll definitely get that better. I want to have a sub-minute sooner rather than later, but with the Halley, you just do so much damage so quick, and it's just such a nice way of doing it. It's really, really chill. Like, even though I had to use some food on the last kill, I'm using like such little supplies compared to normal, but what I'm probably going to do is just go and teleport to my house every kill, go and redo my spec, and then literally just teleport with a Zulrah teleport. I could save money by going like directly to the fairing and run across, but then I will end up losing a kill per hour. And the reason why I'm not going to go and do like multiple trips and stuff is a restore potion is like 12,000 coins, and so is the price of a Zulrah scroll. So I'm just going to go and just do that instead. I just think like it actually works out for money and stuff to do it that way. But I'm going to go and keep doing some more kills. I won't sort of like stress you guys with watching me do some Zulrah kills because it really is very ropey, and I'll come back in a lot longer time when we've done a decent amount of kills. So an absolutely mammoth kill there. I absolutely wasn't expecting it, but the Sea Halley went in massive. Must have done about 250 damage from the 3 specs, and from that kill, we got a time of 53 seconds, by far my best personal time so far. I'm actually struggling to get under 1 minute kills, but we've only gone and got the Speed Chaser, the Speed Runner, and then finally the Perfect Zulrah as well. I managed to fluke Perfect Zulrah just because the kill was that quick, so that is really, really nice. In terms of what we're doing, I think we're roughly on about 40 kills so far. We're doing kind of like 3 to 4 kill trips, and basically what I'm doing every time is teleporting to the house, going to use Rejuvenation Pool, basically getting my spec back so I can always start with 3 Halley specs, and then just using the Zulrah teleports to get back. But 3 massive tasks, really, really happy that's gone. In terms of this, I'm just going to try and be real quick with it. Zulrah, I'm not sure what we've got left in terms of tasks to do. So really, the only ones we've got left to do is to kill Zulrah with Vengeance and also kill 3 Snakelings simultaneously. I'm hoping that this one I'll kind of fluke throughout doing a decent amount of kills, and the Vengeance one really won't be too bad because we'll be able to do it. But those 3 tasks, real big hitters, going to go and bank again and just keep going. So there we go, a Magic Fang picked up on KC396. The price of the Magic Fang is considerably lower than what the Blowpipe is, so really weird about that. I'm going to do a price check around about 500 KC, so we'll see what we are total, but I'm just going to keep going. The kill's going really smooth now, not dying as much at all, and just teleporting, getting spec, and then going back and just pretty much using the Crystal Halley. Really nice kills and pretty consistent in terms of the times. There's some kills where I'll go to like 1 minute 30, but the majority around like 110, 115, which is not too bad at all, considering like I don't have things like Thralls or Death Charge or the really meta stuff to go and kill Zulrah, but it's really, really chill. Like, depending on if I can get some decent specs, it really means you can get some really, really decent kills. But gonna go and finish up to 500, then I'll meet you guys at the Grand Exchange and go through where we are in terms of profits and how much we've made from this. But 2 Zulrah uniques is not too bad at all, and nothing I'll be complaining about going forward. But gonna go back to the Zulrah and I'll see you guys. And there we go, another Purple Beam Tanzanite Fang picked up on kill 460. So I think what the plan is going to be going forward is to wrap up another 40 kills and get to the big 500 and then take a little bit of a break, go and do some quests, go and do some other things as well, maybe do a little bit of AFK sailing, just so I can get this video out on the week of the first release. And we're going to sort of rack up about 320 kills over the week, which is really nice. And when we get to that final price check, I think you guys will see that we've made a decent amount of cash over the past week as well. Now, one thing I have done since a couple of the previous clips, I have done one more achievement. I've done the achievement where you go kill 3 Snakelings at once, so that is picked up. We got 4 points for that. The only task I have now for combat achievements at Zulrah is for the Vengeance kill, which I'll get probably like more towards the 500 kill. When I rebank for the next time, I'll go and stock up on some Vengeance rune. It won't be too difficult and it won't be too hard, but that'll be our first real boss completed for combat achievement. So there we go, Snake Rebound done, and that is actually going to be the last of the Zulrah tasks done, fully finished, and that is going to be 500 KC. Now that is going to take us to a little bit of a break from Zulrah. We're definitely going to revisit because it's been a boss which has been really enjoyable and has helped me dramatically like get back into flicking between prayers, using the alt keys and tabs, just to get my head around like prayer switching as well, because originally when I did the first video there was some great comments in the comment section and a lot pointed to like just do Gauntlet. Gauntlet is a really good way to make some cash without having any cash to spend, just because it's all instant and it's that kind of method. But what I'm a bit nervous about Gauntlet is that it's quite a hard learning curve. I've never actually done the Gauntlet before. This account, again, is very limited on its bossing experience. And because of the time I left the game, I haven't really got that much sort of like Gauntlet experience. So I thought something like Zulrah, where I'm having to sort of switch prayers and maneuver around, would have been a really good starting block. And I think with the sort of like 320 KC we've done, it has been a really good way to sort of like get in and start as well. Now, Gauntlet might be something a little bit later in our sort of combat arc. I do think the next one we're going to do is going to start clearing some quests up. We mentioned this in the first episode where I still have things like Dragon Slayer 2 and Wild Gothic Sleeps still available to go and finish in terms of a quest, and some really big rewards hidden behind it, especially like Wild Gothic Sleeps. You're going to have things like Tormented Demons, and then also a little bit of a side note with things like the Desert Treasure bosses. Maybe not something in the immediate future, but definitely something I want to go and do. I want to do all the collection logs, so that is something to target afterwards. However, what I'm going to do really quickly is just go and get out all the items which we've got in terms of profits. A little worrying though is that the bank value is a lot lower than I thought it was. I was around 700 mil before we did this video. And once we take the loot out from what we got from Zulrah, I think we've lost a bit. But do you know what? I don't mind stuff like that. I think it's going to be one of those things where for a little while you will lose some money on stuff, because with a brand new update, the brand new quest is now out to finish the vampire storyline. Things like that will shift stuff in prices, but really, really happy with how I've gone. But let me go take all my loot out and then we'll go and price check really quickly. Okay, so here is the price check of most of the expensive stuff. There's still some seeds and some like lesser stuff which aren't really worthwhile looking into. I'm not gonna lie, I have been spooned a little bit. 2 Tanzanite fangs, which are considerably more than all the other drops, and one of the magic fang as well, really nice. The rest of the all drops do rack up eventually. There are some nowadays which are a little bit worthless, like flax, pure essence and stuff like that, but coming in a nice little 50 mil. The tracker says it's a little bit more. It's coming in about 51.4, but I really can't moan with that. That's roughly from about 320 sort of kills. And what I'll probably do is just go and sell this and just sort of like put it into GP, because that way the GP stack can sort of go up rather than the loot tab grow and then lose price with price changes. Now, I'd rather cash in and then start again for the next episode. And then once we sort of get to a point where the gear is where we need it to be, where we've got a variety of different weapons which are going to benefit us for different styles, then I can just start letting the loot tab pile up nice and high. But decent experience to go and do that as well. In terms of my collection log, I do think I might have got another pet. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did actually. I got an extra pet. No idea when I got it, but it just means I've got an extra one to go and claim for free whenever I die with a pet. No doubt sometimes in the future, but this is the collection log. Really, the Onyx, the Jar, and the 2 mutagens are what's kind of limited me to completing the log. They're going to be long-term projects, but Zulrah is definitely something I think I'm going to return to. Maybe do 100, 200 kills a week. Very, very chill in terms of doing that as well. But really happy with that. The combat achievements are now all green logged. We have completed Zulrah, which is really nice. I actually didn't think I'd do it, but we got the speed runner nice and early, and that also tied in with Perfect Zulrah. I got really quite lucky, really, that Perfect Zulrah and the speed runner both came in the same kill, which is nice. And yeah, that's kind of where we're going to finish this episode for today. Now, in terms of what we're going to be doing in preparation for the next video and during the next video as well, Wild Gothic Sleeps is going to be the next trademark or next big goal for the account. Now, I'm quite lucky that most of the quests are done, but we do still need to complete Defender of Aura, the Path of Glowfree, as well as Temple of the Eye. Temple of the Eye I want to do anyway because it's going to give me the runecrafting robes, and that's probably going to be an AFK. They're going to be the main goals I'm going to go after in preparation for the next video, and I hope you guys have really enjoyed this one. Again, I'm just kind of getting back into the groove of the old school game. Thank you guys so much for all the love, the views, the comments on the first video. I really didn't expect it to do as well as it did, but I want to thank you guys so much for that. That and some sailing is what I'm going to be doing in preparation for next week's video. I'm going to try and keep these a little bit on a weekly basis. Every Sunday, I'll make sure to go and get them released. Really hope you guys are enjoying them. So let me know anything you want me to go and do, any content which you think is worth me doing. I do think with Wild Gothic Sleeps and Tormented Demons will be some really good content, and hopefully we can get a little bit lucky and go and pick up a couple of these sign-ups as well. But in terms of my AFK stuff for the next week, I'm going to go and target sailing. I still think it's quite important to go and try and push that to try and complete the Maxcape, and literally just going to be questing. But thank you guys so much for watching. Really hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know anything you want me to do in terms of going for challenges or different things as well. Still trying to get my head around things, but we will start picking the pace up a little bit soon. Thank you guys so much for watching. Really hope you enjoyed. I'll see you guys very soon in the next video.